What's going on, crypto degens? We got another awesome interview for you guys today. I'm here with the lead dev for Flippy, Flip the Coin token. What's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going. It's been pretty wild the last couple days. I mean, every time I think it's gonna calm down, it goes even crazier. I think I got 2 hours of sleep last night.
Yeah, I'm running thin myself. I also have a day job that's pretty demanding, so yeah, it's just kind of running on midnight oil.
Yeah, I'm the same. I work for a sales company, and while I'm like taking sales calls and just dealing with things in the company, I'm also like on Telegram, like on Twitter, just updating a bunch of things. So it's been pretty wild.
Yeah, it's fun to be part of the revolution here.
Absolutely, man. So we're gonna dive into Flippy and a bunch of other things that you were working on. But before that, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, how did you find crypto? What got you into the space, and what got you into XRP?
Yeah, good question. So I found this space kind of right before the 2017 boom, we'll say. I had a buddy who just came to me that, I trust a lot, and he was playing around in the space, and I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. I can get behind the idea of that libertarian movement on some level. And so started playing around. I think like Coinbase was, I was definitely new to that and started trading around on there and just trying to like entrenched myself in the industry, right? And found, transferring back and forth wallets that XRP was so fast, so cheap.
Yeah.
And then, dove deep into that. And here we are today, right? I mean, I've been around the XRP ecosystem since like 2016. So, um, yeah.
Yeah, that's what sold for me when I mean I had heard of Bitcoin in like 2016, 2015, even back in 2014. I remember I was just coming out of high school and a friend of mine was saying that he was mining Bitcoin even back then, and he was like, we were just shooting the shit. I never actually bought any. But I knew of it. Um and then working a sales job, some guy, he was actually my assistant for a position I worked in. He mentioned XRP. He was talking about Forex and some other type of trading, but he mentioned XRP and how fast it was, and it kind of piqued my interest. And then I dove. I remember the first video I saw was Alex Cobb's video. Alex Cobb was just a skinny, scrawny little dude. He posted a video with him with a Ripple T-shirt in his porch outside, talking about how I think he said Ripple is the Amazon of crypto. And as soon as I heard those words, I was like, okay, I need to dive deep into this. And I just went on a huge rant and just researching, looking up, what everything means. I mean, we're coming from zero. We don't know what any of this is, and that's pretty much how I found crypto. But yeah, it's been a wild ride, and I can't wait. We have a lot of potential coming up in the next couple months and next couple years, to be honest.
Yes. So a couple points you hit on there. So two things. One, I initially found crypto. I was, like right after high school, like, right after my senior year in high school, I was playing around on StumbleUpon. I don't know if you remember that, but I came across
No.
like Bitcoin. So it was a website where you basically would just hit next and it would take you to a random website. And then you'd hit next and it would take
Oh,
you to a
okay. Yes,
random
yes. I
website.
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I actually came across Bitcoin on that. And, there was like a game I think that I was playing that you could use Bitcoin on some level. And I'm like, oh man, this would be cool. And imagine, these numbers that they're talking about. Tried to buy it, couldn't figure out the wallet. And I was like, whatever. And then when it came around that my friend, I had already like, kind of understood the concept of it. Yeah, so that's what really bought me in. And then two, same with you, right? Like I remember seeing the teenage investor days of Alex Cobb. So
Yeah.
been following that guy for a while. So yeah.
Nice, man. All right, so let's dive deep into your current token, man, Flippy. I think well, actually today's a perfect day because Flippy seems to be ripping today. You guys are at third in market cap right now, so 2.4
Yeah,
million.
we hit number two. We flipped we pulled a flippy on bear for a little bit.
Nice.
We're getting some sell pressure now, but it's getting eaten up quick. We'll see what happens, but yeah, I mean, yeah,
I love it. I mean, the meme, just like Bear and Drop, like these are core XRP memes. Like Flippy, Flip the Switch. Anybody who's been in the XRPL for a long time knows that meme. Like we've been talking about this for years and years. So I mean, if you want to expand more on like how'd you come up with Flippy, what's kind of the idea, the roadmap, go ahead.
Yeah, so the idea, right, is that I was watching, I was happened to be watching Alex's video live the day that First Ledger dropped, and then the day that Drop came on, and I got into Drop super early,
Nice.
and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch this market for a little bit. I'd been in meme coins, I've been in a couple projects, some pretty large projects over on Ethan Solana that are just ripping. And I was like, timing's everything. I gotta wait. I gotta find the right idea. Um, Tried a couple that failed just to like get the feel for it,
Yeah.
and they're still just like hanging out on there. And then Flippy came or like Flip the Switch. I thought of like Felipe. I thought, all kinds of stuff, and this just landed on this character, and I was like, man, that's gonna hit. I waited for like 5 o'clock, like central time to hit when everybody was going to be off work. I mean, I put a lot of thought into the liquidity, and I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of inspiration drew from Drop for sure. Um, so yeah, that's how we started.
Nice, man. I love it. I mean, the character, there's so many things you can get from that. I mean, I've already seen it on Twitter. You've done a couple really cool posts with Flippy already, and I think it's gonna be a top contender for a long, long time. Do
Yeah,
you
I mean,
have Oh, go ahead.
no, no, you go.
I was gonna ask, do you have like any specific like roadmap for Flippy? I mean, I know we're just talking meme coins, but the community starts talking, and I'm just curious. I mean, is there anything specific you have planned for Flippy?
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff in the works, and it's to be honest with you, a lot of it's happening organically, right? Like I had a roadmap in my head with an airdrop and some other things, right? And I held we held our large portion of that supply, and everybody was like, we've got some big attention on us. It's not looking good with the wallet, and I was like, yeah, let's make history. Let's burn it all. And then they were like, whoa, 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 don't burn it all. Like, save some for marketing. Like let's do this. And I was like, yeah, I mean, obviously, I still want to be incentivized to keep pushing, because I think we are just getting started. So yeah, we burned at the time 200,000 almost Flippy, which is as of this morning, that was worth a lot of XRP. Well over a million XRP this morning. So.
What
Uh,
percentage of the supply was that?
It was 20% of the total supply, and then we
Oh,
burned
snap.
99% of the dev wallet. So I really wanted to have that like flip of the switch moment. That was like
Yeah.
the whole idea behind this. So now that that happened and that's out of the way, it's just like blooming, right? We've got a real solid group of 10 individuals. I kind of call them the board. Like I lean on them for a lot of direction and stuff. And obviously we still want to take community input, and all of
Yeah.
that. So we've got some things in the works that I think are going to be really exciting. So I don't want to spoil too much. But
Okay. Okay.
there's a lot going on behind the scenes right now.
I love it. I think it's gonna be a top contender for a long time, and it's a priceless meme. I mean, it's a meme that a lot of XRP holders hold dear to their heart, and that's something that I hope that as we mature with more market cap and guys from Solana and ETH come, we can maintain that core XRP spirit, right? Because right now everything's very pure in terms of like the community. I'm worried about it being corrupted. And maybe you can speak to this. I know you kind of worked on some Solana and ETH projects. I mean, what do you think might happen, and what do you think we're doing right or wrong right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think first of all, like huge props to First Ledger, right? The UI UX on this platform is awesome and what like officially brought me over to it. I never thought I would be in a meme coin. It went against all of my like investing principles I've ever had. You know,
I'm I've never touched a meme coin in my life. I've always just scoffed at meme coiners, but And it was Alex Cobb. Alex Cobb had posted. You know what? It was before Alex Cobb. I had seen Luke Belmar. I'm not sure if you guys know who that is. Luke Belmar. He's really big on Solana. Huge following on Twitter. He's just a money guy. He has a bunch of businesses. He had been posting about how big memes are going to be in the next 2 or 3 years, constantly on Twitter for the last 3 or 4 weeks. So I guess that it got in my subconscious, and I was like, huh, okay. And then Alex Cobb starts streaming and talking about this, and I see First Ledger. I was like, you know what? I gotta act. You only live once, and I threw 2 or 3 thousand XRP into some coins, and it's rocking and rolling.
Yeah, I mean, right, it's a fun time. So yeah, I mean, huge props to the platform the First Ledger's built. I know they're putting a lot of time into to making improvements and stuff. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about like kind of Solana and the ETH guys, like those ecosystems. I'm not too familiar with them, but how do they differ from what we're doing?
So I'll come back to that. I just want to touch on
Okay,
one thing kind of that you asked
go ahead. Go
earlier
ahead.
that resparked. So what I think the XRP ledger or First Ledger is doing differently is the way that they've set it up. They've really incentivized you to not wreck the chart, right? I mean, when you go to sell, you see this big orange box that comes up that's like, hey, slippage, and then people look into slippage, and then
Yeah.
um, I think they've set it up well. I think the XRP community is kind of taking care of each other on this, right? And so I have this vision where if people do what they say they're going to do, if they, act with integrity, and we can start the top 25 meme coins with like some wholesome projects that they'll flock over, right? Because they're like, hey, what's happening over there is different.
Yeah.
So I think that's phenomenal. ETH and Sol, what they're doing differently is, I mean, it's just there's a lot of garbage out of there, right? Like you put in a couple like Pump Fund, for example, right? I mean, it's so riddled with bots and with big developers that are playing this system that it's, you know, good luck to anybody over there, but you're trading against some like brilliant minds that are you're trading against robots, and they
Yeah.
they win every time.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have any experience in those spaces, but after I got into drop and a couple of the other tokens, I went over to a lot of Solana spaces and ETH spaces for memes, and just in the way they speak, it kind of intimidated me a little bit. I was like, wow, these people sound a little bit too corporate for what we're doing, what we're talking about right here. Like I feel like I'm what's for sale, like not the meme token. Like they're trying to come after my liquidity.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the other piece about this, I was just in a space this morning. Um, like love them or hate them, meme coins are bringing subsets of communities to the XRP ledger, or maybe re-sparking interest in the XRP ledger, because the native ledger is capable of so much. It's been capable of all of this, right? But this platform is really allowing people to like explore the AMM, explore the DEX, look at like all the functionalities of this. And I think eventually, if we get some of the Sol and ETH guys over to check out like actually what XRP does, not what the media portrays it as, right? I think, man, I think this could actually First Ledger could have flipped this switch. It's possible.
Yeah. I think so. Everybody has that feeling that we just flipped something because we've had all this potential on the XRPL for so many years and it's just been sitting there. And now we finally have. I mean, I think a lot of chains are looking over their shoulder right now and being like, okay, what's going on over here? I've never seen XRP do something like this. I've never seen the XRP community be so rowdy like this. And we have a lot of potential, and I'm just so excited to be part of it. And it's gonna be a fun ride.
Kinetic energy. There's a
Yep.
lot of XRP holders that have just been like dormant, that are asleep, that are like, wake me up when September ends,
Yeah.
and yeah, they're waking up and they're playing around, and they're, oh, these features have all been alive. AMM, is obviously new, and it, uh, the NFT piece, but now it's like can all come together on some level, and then you bring developers on, then you bring everybody on, and then it blossoms. So
Yeah. Nice, man. So I'm gonna ask you a couple questions now. I mean, one, what are you most excited about? I mean, we've kind of already touched on a little bit, but what are you most excited about over the next 6 months? And then, in contrast to that, what are you most worried about?
Yeah, I mean, I think from a broad picture perspective, right, I'm most excited of the attention that this is bringing to the XRP ledger, right, for the greater good, for the greater ecosystem of, of the XRP ledger, right? Because it is, I think it's been looked down upon for whatever reason, right? I don't know if it's the lawsuit, I don't know if it's that it was the banker's coin, and now they're all bankers coins because they have
Yeah.
some affiliation somewhere, right? Um, so I'm most excited about the growth of the ecosystem in general, and I think that we can bring a lot of like good to the space. What I'm most scared about, obviously, yeah, is that the scammers come out of the woodwork, the bots come out of the woodwork, and it ruins a good thing. I mean, the First Ledger guys are on top of so much of this. They're thinking so far ahead of how to like mitigate risk, right? They took the initial dev supply. You used to be able to do 99% of the supply. They dropped that down to 30. Um,
Yeah, I saw.
yeah, so I mean they're taking steps to like try to protect people. So I think it's a double-edged sword, right? Like on one hand, I mentioned earlier, like the libertarian in me is just like let people do what they want, let it sort out, let them figure it out. But the other side of me is like, man, I don't want to see like newcomers come on here and just get completely wrecked, right? And just have no idea. So they're putting in
Yeah,
some good guardrails.
it's kind of difficult because when you're coming from the ground level, everything is kind of like that libertarian movement. Like you know, do your own research. It is what it is. You're early, but as we release or get rid of friction and we get the average person in, they want regulation and protection. So it's like we have this balancing act where we want everything to be free market. We don't want to regulate anything, but also we don't want for lack of a better word, the plebs to get wrecked on on scams or people just feeding on their liquidity. So
Right.
it's I know on the Twitter Spaces, a lot of people have brought up certain things like that, and I tend to lean more towards having a free market. But we'll see. It's difficult because if it's too free and anybody can get scammed, you're going to scare away a lot of the newer people who are going to bring in that new liquidity.
Right. And that's why I was so conflicted with that piece, you know? So yeah, I feel you.
Nice, man. So, what is something that someone who's coming into the space and looking at Flippy, what's something they can be excited about? I mean, give me
Uh,
your sale for Flippy.
I mean, so right now, we've got a contest going on through tomorrow night, so there's definitely still time. I
Okay.
think I saw somebody posted it's like a 1 in 30 chance right now. We're giving away like 500 Flippy, which at the time was, not that much, and now that's grown to over $2,000 per prize. Well, actually way up. So, yeah, we're sitting around I don't know, by Sunday night, who knows where this could be? Who knows what 500 Flippies going to be worth? So yeah, we got that video contest going on. We're working with some cool artists. So
Okay. Okay. Some
yeah,
NFTs
we've
maybe?
got,
Maybe some NFTs coming in?
we'll see.
All right.
Yeah, we just
And
want to do it right,
any possible merch? Because I would love me some Flippy merch.
You know, I've had a lot of requests for that, and yes, we will be coming
Okay.
with some merch soon.
Yeah, I've been in a lot of different communities and everybody's thinking of different ways to do it. A lot of people are suggesting having a merch store and then allocating all the proceeds to either liquidity pools or into a holder wallet for prizes or there's a many ways you can do it, but I think that's pretty cool, a pretty cool incentive.
Yeah, I mean that's top priority right now is getting our liquidity up. We watched, a lot what drop was going on, and we've got some chats going on. That's something we're definitely working on, and
Nice.
we've thrown around some fun ideas. So we'll see.
Nice, man. I'm excited for that. All right, so I'll end it with one more question, and I ask this to everybody who comes on this. What are you holding? So what's your biggest holdings? What's your ride or die bags? Not just when it comes to meme coins, but I'm talking just crypto in general. What are you holding for the long term?
Okay, fair. So yeah, I mean, obviously, since I play around in those spaces, right? I've got ETH, I've got Solana. Um, my biggest play and biggest conviction is XRP and always has been, you know. I mean, I know what that
XRP baby.
iceberg looks like. I know what the work's being put in over there. So yeah, XRP is definitely my biggest conviction bag. But hold a little bit of ETH, a little bit of Solana, and then like I said, I didn't see myself in meme coins, but here we are.
Yeah.
You know, and this is I have to say it. I think Chainlink is going to be, they're doing great things too. So I also hold Chainlink. But yeah,
So you're a chain link marine.
no, I wouldn't go that far. My heart's still with the XRP Army, you know, but I mean, right, you can't like fade a project that's putting in the work and
Yeah,
you know, they've got some big names. They're partnered with some good people. So I hate the tribalism in crypto.
I agree.
Frankly, you know, like there's going to be a lot of winners.
Yeah, I hold a little bit of Chainlink myself, and actually, I was impressed. They were one of the coins that did the best during the bear market. I mean, while everybody was tanking, they were holding strong.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I obviously think XRP is going to be the winner in the end, but we'll see.
Nice, man. All right, so we'll end it here. Before I let you go, give me your socials for Flippy, for anything else that related to your projects or any other projects that you got.
Yeah. So Flippy Social is Flippy the Switch with underscores between them at Flippy, and
Nice.
you know that's really it right now. That's where my focus is. So
Flippy. There we go. And number three, by market cap right now, it's at 2.15 million. Currently at $4.88 XRP, guys. Awesome.
just the beginning.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, and hopefully we can have you back in a couple months, and that liquidity and that market cap is way higher, and we can have a really cool conversation on future things that we're building.